Hey, what's up guys? It's Pat from Matt Kite, back for another ride and review. This week, we're going to cover the North Carve. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, what can you expect about this kite, as well as why this kite's different from just about any other wave kite that I've been on myself. So, let's get into it. So, what are characteristics of a normal wave kite that we've all come to know at this point, or come to expect? Down the line drift, they typically ride smaller per size from your regular normal kite, as well as on and off D-power. Now, the Carve kept its on and off D-power characteristics. So the on and off D-power, why you need it, it's just nice to be able to shut off that power and you're just worried about riding the wave at that point. The kite's no longer in the picture, you've killed the power in it, and this really allows you to go and surf the wave like you would traditionally want to. So what was really surprising about this kite was just how much power this kite actually brings to the table. It rides, I'd say, about a meter, maybe 2 meters bigger per size kite you're on. And what advantage does this bring to you? Well, you can be out on a smaller kite. I was out on a 7 meter one day when all my friends were riding 9 meters. So this allows you to really have a fast, aggressive, quick moving kite, and you can position it where you need to and where you want it while you're riding the wave. So we've really only seen this in one other kite on the market, the Duotone Neo, which you really want to be riding the right size, smaller kite in those situations because you don't want to be pulled off of the wave. But no one really wants to be riding a big kite in the waves. They're slower, less reactive. You want that quick, fast turning, maneuverable kite when you're in those situations, in that position on the wave. So this isn't the best drifting kite on the market by any means, but it does still have those characteristics of when you sheet out, you're killing the power in the kite, but it keeps the maneuverability. You can still control the kite with it depowered. You still have that steering input to allow you to down loop that kite and still keep its position of where you need to be. So when you're sheeted in and you loop this kite, it is still going to pull you with some power, but sheeted out looping the kite, there's no pull in that kite. It allows you to position that kite where you need it to be. And this is a really advantageous part of this kite. So when you sheet in and go on this kite, it really produces a lot of power. And the advantage of this is a lot of people don't want a one-trick pony kite, a kite that's just designed for the waves. This kite really branches out into some really good free ride characteristics. So with the on-off D-power of the kite, you really get a huge wind range per size kite here. You get really good low end, as well as really good top end with that on-off D-power. So like all wave kites, this kite can really take a beating on the top end, but it still has a really good grunty low end to it, which you really don't see out of any other kite with the exception of the Duotone Neo. And what this kind of tends towards is it allows you to use this kite as a free ride kite as well, because you're not losing on that low end power that a lot of other wave kites sacrifice with. So a couple years ago, people really started using wave kites as their free ride kites, and the brands really saw this and took a hold of it and ran with it, and they started actually designing free ride wave kites, sort of like the Cabrina Moto or the new designed Evo. And what's really unique about the Carve is its two-stage arc that it has. What we see with this two-stage arc that's kind of echoed throughout the whole North lineup is it allows the kite to loop really well, but has a ton of loft as well with that flatter arc in the middle. And these are two things that you never see together. You either get a kite that loops really well or a kite that has a lot of loft. And it's really cool that Pat and the crew over at North were able to get that put together into one kite. And I'm really kind of surprised that they brought this to their wave kite, but this really kind of makes a good free ride kite that really excels in the waves and really makes it this kind of a good all-around kite that's going to outperform any other free ride kite in the waves. I got a chance to ride this kite out in some Hatteras swell, and What I liked about it was quick moving, tons of power and grunt in the kite, on and off D power. What I noticed was running straight at the kite, it would backstall me every once in a while, especially lighter wind foiling. If I went straight downwind at the kite, it tended to want to backstall a little bit. But it's kind of hard to expect any kite in light wind to really stay that well in the air when you're running straight at it, with the exception of like a really true core surf kite that's giving up on those other free ride characteristics. So who's this kite designed for? It's really for that person who wants to charge the surf but doesn't want to sacrifice on the free ride characteristics of a kite. This kite was also really good for foiling. Having the ability to shut off that power at a moment's notice and just ride the foil freely is a really great feeling to have in a kite, and really inspires a lot of confidence, and just allows you to go where you want to with the kite and just have a really good time. This has been another Ride and Review. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Hats off to North for making an awesome wave kite that crushes as a freeride kite as well. Stoked to get some more sessions out on this kite. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.